even if I touch a meal. And do it through the pain, I don't need the pain. And life won't get me down, but it won't break my will. Cause I've been chasing this so long, I can't give up. I won't give in, been through too much. I done prayed for the money, I done prayed for the fame. I done prayed that I will make a sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I will make it bring glory to my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, this podcast is brought to you by Final Form Supplements. Final Form Supplements is a supplement brand with honesty labeling. So the labeling in supplements is Wild Wild West. Sometimes labels aren't honest. They have things in there that's on in there. We don't have to worry about that with Final Form Supplements. We got everything you need from protein powder, creatine, skin care, soap for your skin, handcrafted soap, and we have all kinds of things. Go to finalformsubs.com, that's SUPPS, finalformsubs.com, use promo code COACHDRIB, all caps, no space, get 10% off your order, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe on whichever video you're watching here at Ivy Talks Podcast Network, and enjoy the show. Do you know what the number one most consumed cheese is in the world? No, not in the world, the country.
I got 3 guesses.
Okay, what's your first one?
I'm going to go provolone.
It is not provolone.
Cheddar?
It is not cheddar. I believe cheddar's up there, though.
Parmesan?
No, sir. It is mozzarella.
Huh?
Mozzarella.
Say it without the accent.
Mozzarella.
Oh, mozzarella.
Yeah, mozzarella is number one consumed cheese in the country.
That's believable. That's believable. I can see that.
I think pizza is one of the most consumed foods in the country, if I remember correctly. And I believe the stat was like the amount of pizza that's consumed yearly is equivalent to like 200 slices a minute. Something stupid, bro. It was like crazy.
If you do think about it, man, pizza is just a safe option, bro. If you don't know what to eat, just go. Nobody, hey, find us. Nobody out pizzas the hut though. Ain't that right?
Nobody. So here I found the United States consumes about 3 billion pizzas annually, which equates to 350 slices sold every second. So this amount equates to each person in the country eating 23 pounds of pizza a year.
You know what's funny about that? I wonder how many out of those people is lactose intolerant.
I think 80% of the country is lactose intolerant.
Damn.
Let me see.
And that's the thing too, man. People that are lactose, I mean, missing out on some good food, in my opinion.
Bro, most people that are lactose still eat cheese.
Yeah.
This one says 36% of people are lactose intolerant. I don't know if I believe that. Well, I know in minority groups, lactose intolerance is very, very high. So I think like
I know with black folks, it's just milk has never been in the diet and everything like that. Just given like the area that
the ancestry.
That have like lived in and everything. I mean, like you go to like obviously like Africa where the equator is and everything. Ain't no cows out there. Cows would not survive out there just with the heat and no water.
I'm pretty sure they have cows in Africa.
But I'm saying like in like the desert area.
It wasn't a part of their diet.
Yeah. I'm just saying like
they ate cows probably, but they didn't drink cow's milk.
That's what I'm saying. Like I should have been a little bit more thorough with what I was saying, but you catch it.
So here's the stats. African Americans and natives are about 80% lactose intolerant. Asian Americans over 90% are lactose intolerant. And with 70 to 100% of East Asian descendants being affected, people of Northern European descent only have about 5% lactose intolerance.
I mean, that makes sense. pasta, Italy, like France, like all that
Right.
stuff. I mean, it makes sense.
Now let's see what was the other metric I was gonna look because we were talking about. Oh yeah, so let's see because I think the primary cheese in pizza is mozzarella, and I think that's why cheese is such a highly consumed is because of pizza. It is mozzarella, so there's a direct correlation. The most common choice is mozzarella, but there's also Parmesan, provolone. But like most of your like Pizza Huts and CC's pizza and like Little Caesars, Domino's, most of those pizzas are made with mozzarella. Yeah.
See that. I can see that.
Yeah. So it makes sense. Like the numbers match up. All right. Man, I wrote some stuff down that we don't normally make a script for the pod, but during the week, whenever something pops up, I'll put in my notes just so I don't forget. Because I'll have the stuff I want to talk about, but I'll be forgetting. But one thing I want to talk about is, did you happen to watch the USA versus France Olympic game?
Not until the third quarter. Let me just say one thing.
Go ahead.
The shit that Seth Curry is doing, bro, was ridiculous. Like that last shot where it was two defenders, if anybody else took that shot, that would be a bad shot. But specifically for him, that's a good shot. And it's crazy to say that because he's been making shots like that for years, bro. But it's just the fact that how he just did you realize when he would give the ball up and everything to LeBron and KD, they'd be like, no, take it back. You know what I'm saying? They're like, no, go get yours and everything. Did you notice that?
Because he had the hot hand. That's what you do when you're trying to win and you don't care about the bullshit of who takes the last shot or who's the Kobe, who's the no. You give it to the guy with the hot hand because you understand this Steph is the guy to take that shot.
But that's what I'm saying though. Is I think it's personally awesome to see a group of guys that are obviously the go-to guy on their respected team and everything
Right.
like that. I think it's just all like cool to see like KD's like
put their egos to the side.
Yeah, he's just like, fuck it, bro. Like Seth's going off here, dish it back to him or whatever. Let me set him an arm bar or something to give him space. Same thing with LeBron and everything. Pass it to LeBron. No, come back. Do your thing, bro.
Yeah.
I just like that type of basketball, bro. When
non-selfish basketball from all these superstars.
Yeah, man. And I actually got another thing to say about that too. How do you feel about the whole Jason Tatum thing not playing?
Bro, I got mixed feelings about it. So
I do too. And this is the thing. This is where I'm going back and forth about. I'm biased a little bit because KD's one of my favorite players and everything. But there's a lot of people that are saying that like Jason should have started over KD. At least he should have got some minutes. Personally, I think if anybody that should have gotten more minutes than somebody, I think it should have been Jason over Derek White, to be honest. Just simply like that and everything. But there's the other hand too, is just like, bro, out of everybody on that team, he was the only one on first team like NBA and everything, and just came off a championship and everything like that. I think it's kind of, I don't want to say it's insulting. Shit, actually, I think it is kind of insulting that you just came off an NBA championship. You have all these accolades, and you not even getting no PT, bro.
Here's my thing. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but let's not act like Jason Tatum had a phenomenal finals run.
No, I get that.
He did not play very well. He shot 36% from the field, did not shoot very well from the three, was not efficient. He realized he wasn't shooting well, so he started distributing the ball. So I do commend him for finding a way to win, even though he's having a shooting slump. So yes, I think he should have. I do agree he should have played. Like him not getting minutes or the 5 minutes he played that last game, I think that is crazy because Jason Tatum is a phenomenal talent. Was he in a shooting slump? Yes. And then if you look at the Olympics when he was playing, he wasn't, doing anything crazy. So I do think he should have played. Now, to the extent of his play, I don't know. Because when you look at him, the time he did play in the Olympics, he still was the same shooting slump he had in the finals. It continued into the Olympics. He was shooting not very well. And what also I don't know is I think there's more to the story. We're not there at practice. How does he look at practice? Is he not practicing well? I don't know. It might have been one of those things. And then one of my friends, to the other point, one of my friends was like, oh, he didn't play because of matchup. I don't know if I buy that because Jason Tatum's 6'10". He's really if we're being honest, to me, Jason Tatum's a 6'10" shooting guard. He plays small forward. He's a 6'10" shooting guard. He's a two-way player. He can play defense. He can play offense. He can get his buckets. So when you talk about matchup,
he can guard 2 through 4, bro.
Exactly.
Maybe the 1-2. Maybe the 1-2 if it's a big guard, if they're not too quick.
Right. Yeah. If it's like a Luka or like a Ben Simmons type of point guard, a tall point, like you said. Right. So I don't know if that's an excuse because Jason Tatum is a two-way player. Like you said, first team All NBA, All-Star, NBA champion, which again, I kind of, I know I did kind of like knock that a little bit, but still, the fact that he didn't play at all, I do think that was a misstep in handling that. But I don't think I don't think somebody saying he should have started over KD, that's wild to me. I don't care what nobody talking about. KD is a better player than Jason Tatum right now. We saw that when he didn't miss a shot that first half of that. I forget what game it was when he went 100% from the field and he only missed one shot to end the game. And like we saw with KD, yeah, I don't know. I just hate the whole notion, because I don't know if you remember, media was talking about that their stance is KD, LeBron, Steph, they're older. They were talking about people were speculated they shouldn't start LeBron or KD or Steph. I was like, what? They're the ones that literally.
That's a three-headed monster right there, bro.
Bro, once KD got in, LeBron, he won MVP. Now, I do want to stop and talk on this because there was a lot of slander once LeBron got MVP because people talk about how Steph played. Yes, Steph played phenomenal the last 2 games. Look at the games before the last 2 games.
He shot the ball so bad.
He didn't show up. Who was the most consistent and played the entire Olympics? LeBron James. He was the most consistent throughout the entire Olympics. So, of course, the tournament. Now, if you're talking about the Olympic gold medal game MVP and you want to talk about Steph, okay, that makes sense. LeBron still had a triple-double, but that makes sense. For the whole tournament, Steph only showed up for 2 games.
You got to think about it.
He showed up in big fashion. Don't get me. I'm not trying to knock Steph. I'm talking about when you talk about the whole tournament, you got to look at the big picture. LeBron James has been the most consistent, most consistent the entire.
Let's put this into perspective too as well. If LeBron never came through with that Sudan game, we would have been up shit's creek. That would have been a big L for us, bro, if LeBron didn't come through. So right, yeah. I'm just putting that out there just like, hey, he kind of saved us and was consistent through the rest of the games and everything. Like, come on, guys.
And LeBron, he's putting those players in the positions to play well. Like, not the last game, but the semifinals to get to the goal game. You look at a lot of Steph's shots, who's assisting in that? LeBron James. Who's setting Steph these screens? A lot of times it's LeBron. Not all of them were LeBron, but a lot of that stuff was LeBron James. Who's cutting to the basket and dishing it out? LeBron James. But, yeah, I mean, LeBron James, Steph, KD, it was phenomenal to see the vets, the old guys, the unks on the team really step up with a team on their back. I do want to shout out other guys because, it was a team thing because you had Joel Embiid showed up in the goal game and the game before. Joel Embiid stepped up. Anthony Davis, stepped up. Drew Holiday, offensively, some games he was down, some games he was up, but like on the defensive end, perimeter, I mean, come on now. Anthony Edwards, there was a game he didn't perform as well offensively, but when he was out there on defense, he had that energy. So I just want to shout out the whole the whole U.S. Olympic team as a whole. Shout out, but I do think they mishandled the Jason Tatum thing. He should have gotten more playing time because it's hard to ask a guy to be consistent when he sits a whole game. You want him to come the next game with this momentum. He has no momentum. He sat the whole game. And then that's messing with his mental. Like he even tweeted like he's happy they won, but like it's internally he's got mixed emotions because it's like, yeah, I'm happy we won. I didn't play but 5 minutes the whole game. I didn't play, but I played 0 minutes against Serbia. That's tough. That's
You know,
messing with.
you know what I hope Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown do? Because they said first thing, they said Jaylen Brown's not qualified, so he didn't get in and everything, which respectively I think he should have, just given his accolades and what he did and
Right.
everything. Um, Jason Tatum not playing and everything. That's me, bro. That would light a fire into my ass. I'm going to be like, all right, my boy didn't get
Yeah.
in. My boy
Celtics
didn't
coming
get
hard.
into the Olympics. I got in, but I didn't play. We just come off a championship. No slander to Derek White, but he got more playing time than me. Nah, I got to go all in on this season.
Yeah.
Bro, if they do not use that as fuel and everything for them, I don't know what else could do for them. And plus, like, obviously, you got Derek White too. You got Porzingis and everything, which I'm still on that road that he's the X factor for that team. He's the glue basically for them. So
And Drew Holiday's with Celtics too, right?
yeah.
Yeah, Celtics, they got I think the majority of those guys are coming back. I think they're gonna come out hot next season for sure. Especially in the East. The East got a lot of competition, but there's like a lot of chemistry issues that they got to figure out amongst the East. I think the Celtics and the Bucks are probably the only two teams that really got that chemistry down packed. Knicks, they're good, but Julius Randle missed a lot of time. Who's Robinson? Robinson missed, right? Missed a lot of time. So now you got to figure out the chemistry with Brunson playing at a high level with was it Dellavedova? Is that his last name?
DiVincenzo, you mean?
Yeah, DiVincenzo. Sorry, DiVincenzo. Josh Hart. Now they got to figure out how to play with Julius Randle in the picture. So there's gonna be a chemistry thing there. Then you look at like the Cavs. I feel like they're almost there up there with the Bucks in terms of chemistry, but I still think they got a little. So besides the Celtics and Bucks, chemistry wise,
Hey,
it's gonna be
hey,
tough for the
hey,
rest of
hey,
them.
we can't forget about the Pacers, man. That was a team that I
Yeah.
didn't think that would make it that far in the finals. And I mean, bro, like, hold on, did they get swept? Did they get swept? I can't remember.
Yeah, they did.
They got swept, but bro, it wasn't like a blowout game. They lost by like 6 points. It was a dogfight every single game. So with them being that close, they come back with the same team, but just
Yeah.
a better mind state and everything. I think they can be in that same picture again.
Yeah.
Second thing I gotta say, this could be make or break for the 76ers. First thing, you need Joel to be healthy for the whole year, which that's a toss-up. We just don't know with him. Um, you got Paul George on the team, which I think is a great addition. Then you got Maxey too, the three-headed monsters right there for that team. I hope it works out because I am a PG fan, but I think it really does come down to if Joel's going to be healthy for the whole year or not. I really do think that.
And it's another chemistry battle. You got three superstars, and they're going to gel well together. So that's going to be something they're going to have to fight with too. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited for this new season. Well, this is actually a great segue because I'm also excited for this upcoming NFL season, bro. I wish Mark was on here because there's a lot of teams I got my eyes on, bro. Like Saquon Barkley to the Eagles, Derrick Henry to the Ravens. You got
That option game, if they run the option, that's going to be
yeah,
so nasty.
bro.
That's going to
Yeah.
be so disgusting. And then who's his receivers?
Oh damn. I don't know if Cooks is still there. But no. You're talking about Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the receiving core by name, but I know they're tight end Humphreys. He's solid. And their receiving core, it's good.
Isn't Humphreys like a top three, like tight end in the league? Top five, maybe?
You go top five. You can argue top three. He's consistent. He blocks and he catches, and he's almost like a for sure catch.
Okay.
For sure. But then you also got we forget Stephon Diggs with Houston with CJ Stroud and that
God,
receiving core.
that's gonna be ridiculous.
I mean, Titans pick up Tyler Boyd, and we got oh my gosh, we picked up it's not Higgins, is it? Or is it Calvin Ridley? I
Calvin
think
Ridley.
we picked up Ridley, and we still got Treylon Burks, who's gonna start the season healthy. Now,
Did
unfortunately,
we
D
got
Hop,
Hopkins?
yeah, we've been at D Hop.
I thought, okay, I was just making sure. I didn't know if he left or something.
No, he's coming back. But he just messed up his ankle or knee. He's out for like 7 weeks. So that's a bummer. But still, like just that with the Titans, and we picked up a safety from the Eagles. And I'm just excited because then you got we got to see what the Dallas Cowboys do. You got Russell Wilson with Pittsburgh. So we got to see how that pans out. You got Odell Beckham Jr. in Miami with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Tua Tagovailoa with their run game as well. So I mean, I'm pretty much interested to see how every team pans out this year. So I'm excited to start back up the NBA, the NFL coverage because and Aaron Rodgers is coming back. He'll be healthy. So I mean, I'm just curious to see how all of this pans out. Jordan Love, Green Bay, play for. I mean, the list. Let's keep going on. Let's keep going. Joe Burrow, one of the greatest pocket passers, in my opinion. I think if you give him enough time, if you give him a solid offensive line, I think he's the best pocket passer in the NFL right now. Maybe second to Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers is just a unicorn. I'm talking about out of this new generation, I think Joe Burrow is the best pocket passer in the NFL. And you got Justin Herbert with the new coach, Harbaugh. I mean, I can keep going. I'm just there's a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to this year.
Nah, for real. I feel you on that.
Now, summer's almost over, Calvin. And this time is flying by, bro. What's your favorite moment? What's your favorite memory or moment you've had this summer?
Damn. I don't
Mm,
know, bro. What you put the glasses on. Uh bro, I don't know. I've been working so much, bro. Like, I don't know. What's yours? Come back to me.
uh,
Come back to me on that.
mine's probably the high school reunion. Just being able to go home, chill, relax. High school reunion, cigar lounge after. That's probably mine for sure.
I'll probably have to say that same thing. Trying to just think, bro. What's like been a good highlight? Probably that would I have to agree with you on, man. Other than that, probably work. Um just hit a few milestones and everything, man. I mean, I think maybe that's probably mine to be honest.
There you
So
go.
so yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anything else, man, because I've just been locked into work so much. So I'll tell you one thing that I'm looking forward to, possibly seeing
What?
you down in San Antonio in November. I'll say that.
Oh, you coming? Pause.
Yeah, I just got to put the dates in and everything like that, so and get my
Yeah.
ticket. So,
Is it gonna? Do you know which week in November?
um, let me see. Probably the second week, because I've been coming down for my birthday and shit. Because ain't nothing happening here in Tennessee.
Look
Yeah,
at
that
that.
second week.
Where we at? Say the second full week,
Yeah,
like the 11th, the 15th.
yeah.
All right, bet it's gonna be lit, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. Hit that lounge.
And plus, too, dude, I just like San Antonio during the winter is just like it's not cold. I don't have to bring out a big ass jacket. I can
No,
still wear around like shorts and everything, still be cool.
yeah, it's
So
not. hot either.
You can't really do that in Tennessee. Plus, our weather's so bipolar. You can go outside, it's 30 degrees.
I think we lost you. Oh, there you go. I'm about to say we lost you for a second.
Nah, you froze too on my end. So, but what'd you
Damn.
say?
I
Oh,
don't
what
know.
the hell?
I don't think I was saying anything.
My internet is bugging right now.
Uh,
But can you still hear me though?
yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah, bro. Yeah, the weather's great. The weather's great. Now, Calvin, So I watched this documentary, bro. It's called "You Are What You Eat," a twin experiment, right?
Oh shit.
And I'm actually doing a documentary review with my friend Yandre on the Ivy on the Uncle Strib. But I'm gonna vent about this documentary because it kind of frustrates me. So what they do is, if you guys that are listening or watching haven't seen it, you should go check it out. I'm not gonna spoil too much of it because, like, I mean, the premise of it's cool, but I'm not. Well, I guess it kind of is spoiled. But anyway, you guys should go watch it regardless. So the premise of the show is they take sets of twins and the reason why the twins part is important is because twins have 100% the same DNA, right? Their DNA and their genetics are the exact same. So when they perform, what they do is they want to look at how your diet affects your health. And the best way to do this at the same time is having two sets of twins. So you can see how this person reacts to this diet and this person reacts to this diet with the same DNA. It's about as close as you can get to having the same person, but you can do the diet at the same time, right? So they give one twin a vegan diet and one twin a balanced omnivore diet, which is just a regular human diet, but it's a healthy omnivore diet. So they'll still eat meat, but they'll still have meats, fruits, and vegetables, carbs, whatever. But the vegan diet, they don't eat any meat, it's just vegan based. And so at first I'm like, oh wow, this is interesting. Like I'm excited to see what it's all because they start off the doc with like hard science. They got a doctor, a scientist that specializes in this type of thing, like nutrition. And then they do like these tests. They do baseline tests. So they start them off. They check their body composition. They do their epigenetics or their like what is it? Their biological clock. Basically, how old you are, how old your body is based on your health. So if let's say you're 40 years old, but you're really healthy, you're really active, your body might be like 35 or 32 years old, even though you're 40 because you take care of your body. Versus somebody that's 40, that's unhealthy, overweight, eats like shit, their body might be like 56 years old, even though they're 40. So they do that. They do brain function, brain and cognitive function, and they do one other test. I forget what it was. Oh, and they do microbiome. So they test your stool and make sure you have healthy microbiome. They do all that for both of them in the beginning, and they put them on their diets, and they both are on these diets, and they both exercise, and they do the test after. So as I'm watching, I'm saying, oh, man, this should be interesting. I kind of, since I've been in this field, I kind of know what to expect, what's probably going to happen. For the most part, it does. I'm not going to talk about the results because I don't want to spoil too much. But I will say what frustrated me about this documentary is there's basically two parts of the docs. There's the doc following the twins and following the science behind why you should eat this, why you should be on a balanced diet, why you should diet and exercise, why body composition is important, your bone density is important, stuff like that. I'm like, that cool. The other half of the documentary is literally meat. They're slandering the meat industry. I'm like, what is this? Like, it was so. And what frustrated me is they're slandering the meat industry. They're talking about environmental problems with the meat industry. They're talking about the CAFOs, which is oh my gosh, what does it stand for? I took notes on it because we're doing a review. We're doing a review, so I like to take notes so I have notes to talk about here. Here it is. They talked. What's a CAFO? I forget. Like, it's a concentrated animal feeding operation. So, like, have you ever seen those videos of all these animals packed into like this like giant shed and they don't have any room to move? That's a CAFO, basically, right? Mm-hmm. So they talk about that, and they talk about what's in the food, chicken and salmonella. They don't say you shouldn't eat meat, but they basically bring up all the reasons why vegans don't eat meat, why people don't eat meat. So like one thing that irked me is that, so we all know, like, if you don't, chicken, salmonella, certain things have E. coli, right? And like these bacteria that are not good for you. And they were saying, like, and with the FDA, fruits and vegetables have zero tolerance for pathogens, which is, E. coli, salmonella. There's zero tolerance for pathogens in fruit and vegetables, but there are legal levels of pathogens in meat. So like chicken, there's a legal level of amount of salmonella chicken to have, or amount of E. coli chicken to have, that's legal. So, they're basically saying, like, that's why you shouldn't eat chicken, because they allow certain levels of pathogens, not vegetables. But as somebody that's educated in nutrition, I'm like, well, the reason why that is because you can't have pathogens in fruit and vegetables, because some people don't cook fruits and vegetables, they eat them raw. That's why you have zero tolerance. When you cook chicken, the reason why you cook chicken to an internal temperature of 165 degrees is because when you cook chicken at that temperature, it kills the bacteria, the salmonella, and the pathogens. That's why you don't eat raw chicken. But that's why it's okay, because when you cook chicken, you cook it to a temperature to make it safe to eat. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why, like, there's certain levels where it's like, okay, if it has this much of that pathogen in there, you'll be okay as long as you cook it to 165, which everybody knows you cook chicken and meat to an internal temperature of 165. That's the temperature that kills pathogens. So it's like, well, of course, you can't have any tolerance for fruits. Like, you can't have an apple with salmonella, because most people just eat apples raw. You don't kill it. So it's like they're setting things up to somebody that's maybe not as aware of how things work, will take that information and be like, oh, I'm never gonna eat chicken again.
Run with it.
Bro, so like the whole documentary is like that. And it pissed me off. Now, and what pissed me off is not the fact that they're shitting on me, but it's the fact that they only show the pros of the vegan diet, and they only show the cons of a omnivore diet.
That's usually how it goes.
Bro, so I would have been perfectly okay if they show pros of both and cons of both. Because like one thing that they talk about the passages, they talk about the methane and carbon monoxide that gets put in the atmosphere from all these farms of animals and the feces and all that stuff. And I was like, no, they're right, but let's keep that same energy, because if you do the research and you do your due diligence, the carbon footprint that's put on vegetable growth is just as bad. Like, people don't know that they say that they're talking about cows, and cows, when they burp, they release methane, which methane is a more harmful chemical to the ozone layer than carbon dioxide. What people don't know is when they make rice, methane gets released from rice production. They didn't talk about that. They're talking about pathogens that get found in meat. They don't talk about the pesticides that are used to keep pesticides and insecticides that are used on these crops when they grow these crops, when they mass grow crops, to reduce the chances of getting parasites in the foods and stuff. They use pesticides that they spray on the food. They didn't talk about that. They talked about, oh, vegan diets does this for you and this for you and this for you. They didn't talk about how red meat has creatine in it, which you need creatine for muscle and kidney function. They don't talk about how one of the cons of vegan diets is if you don't do a vegan diet the right way or properly, you're going to reduce your bone density. It's going to get lower, because you need meat is what you need for higher levels of protein and things for bone density. They don't talk about how, yes, you can get, and then there's just a lot of stuff they didn't talk about. So like one thing that bothers me and why I try to educate people on different types of protein is when you eat meat-based protein or animal protein, there's an amino acid profile. So like whey protein, which is from milk, whey protein or protein from meat have a different amino acid profile than plant-based protein. So yeah, you can still get the right amount of protein, but leucine, which is one of the most important amino acids to building muscle, whey protein has a higher leucine concentration in the amino acid profile. Plant-based protein, leucine is at a much less concentration, unless you get plant-based that some of them add in leucine to make up for it. But just 20 grams of plant-based protein and 20 grams of whey protein, yes, it's 20 grams of protein, but the amino acid profile is different. They don't talk about that. They don't like collagen is a protein. If you intake 20 grams of collagen, collagen doesn't build muscle. Collagen helps with your hair, your skin, and it helps with connective tissue. It doesn't help with building muscle. So 20 grams of collagen protein is not the same as 20 grams of whey protein or 20 grams of protein you get from eating a meat. They don't talk about those differences. It frustrated the shit out of me because somebody that's trying to educate themselves on nutrition and health will watch this documentary, and the only thing they'll know about meat is that you shouldn't eat meat at all. That's not the case at all.
My thing is, though, when somebody says that you shouldn't eat meat, I'm just gonna be like, I always dumb it down to the dumbest thing. It's like, do you know, like, before there was science and all this technology and everything, like, people survived off of the land, and what was the land? Plants and meats and everything like that.
Right.
So
it was balanced.
It's been like that for thousands of years, man. So it's just crazy to me that some people say don't eat meat, but if you go back to your ancestors, they ate meat, bro. They ate meat and survived. Like,
bro, back in the day, if you killed a buffalo or you killed a large animal, you were feeding your family for months. Now, yes, they also ate fruits and vegetables, but what sustained you back then was meat. If you're able to catch a large land animal, like I don't know, a bear or saber-tooth tiger,
bison or something.
Bison, whatever it is, bro, that is sustaining you because you need fats. Your body runs off fats, you know that. And back then, before you could just supplement protein, because now when you go on vegan diets, you have to supplement protein. You almost have to. Now, if you know what you're doing, you can get away with like eating a bunch of beans and tofu. There's other alternatives, but for the most part, if you're hitting the amount of protein you should be hitting, which people don't even know what that number is, but if you're hitting the amount of protein you should be hitting, it's hard doing it off a straight vegan diet and not supplementing it. So most people will have to supplement with some type of plant-based protein to hit those numbers. But yeah, and then people understand like we have canine teeth because we used to eat raw meat back in the day. Our appendix, which is a useless organ, its purpose is to digest raw meat. Now, we don't eat raw meat anymore, so it's useless, but we literally anatomically or biologically, we have organs and body parts like teeth, canine teeth in your appendix. We literally had a system because we used to eat meat, raw meat at that. Like we would kill an animal and eat it right off the bone. That's why we had sharp canine. Now, humans evolved and people's canine teeth aren't as sharp as they used to be, but we used to rip the meat off of animals back in the day with our teeth. So it just frustrated me. And so it was so, bro, it's so one-sided. It's so bad. I'm sitting there watching it like, I got to figure out who funded this. I got to figure out who like produced this. It's funded by Vault. It's funded by the Vault Foundation. The Vault, VAUGH or GT, something like that, Vault Foundation. Well, guess what? Vault Foundation is an animal rights organization, and they promote plant-based products.
Of course.
So I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. This isn't an unbiased study. This is a study with a specific narrative that is it's the most biased, unbiased study I've ever seen. Because the setup with the two twins and that stuff like makes sense. To me, that's like, oh, that's as unbiased as you can get. Let's just see what this, bro. After watching the documentary, I'm like, oh my god, this is such a. You can tell it is funded with the narrative of promoting plant-based diets and trying to get people to go vegan. Because at the end of it, when they go over the results, I don't want to tell it, but when you go over the results, you look at the results and you're like, your narrative isn't even matching 100% of the results. And then it gets sketchy because they follow 4 sets of twins. But at the end of it, it turns out there was like 20-something sets of twins. They only give you the data for 4 sets of twins. So now I'm like, why didn't
that's
they go
misleading
over,
information?
Why didn't they go over all 20? Why just 4? Why didn't they show the data between all 20? It's a documentary They could have made it. It's like 4 episodes. They could have made it 8 and gone over. Like, there's no, people like, oh, we didn't have the time. No, you could have. You could have just made it a 10-episode series with all 20. You can go in depth as you need to in a docuseries. Now, if it's a documentary and you only got like an hour and a half, I get it. It's a series. So that's not an excuse. You could have easily made it 3-4 more episodes and it covers all 20. So I'm thinking that the results weren't as separated or as beneficial as they thought it was. So they I think they exploited the biggest gap.
Mask it.
So I think that they probably tried to mask how similar the results probably were by going over the 4 twins where there's the biggest discrepancies. And even the discrepancies that are the biggest aren't even that big. Like, as you can expect, most of the vegan diet people lost muscle mass. And what people don't understand is, which I try to educate, the number one factor to your overall health starts with muscle. It starts with muscle. The more muscle mass you have, the healthier you can start to become. Now, you also have to lose fat, and there's other factors, but you start with the muscle. The more muscle mass you have, the higher chance of survivability you have for just about anything. You have a higher survivability of cancer, higher survivability of bacteria, infections, viruses. You have a higher survivability of impact, so like car wrecks and crashes and things like that. You have a higher survivability of everything. Your immune system is based on your muscle mass. Your insulin resistance, which is when people become diabetic, your insulin resistance is based on your muscle mass. People don't know your white blood cells are produced, or your blood is produced in your bones. Your bones get strengthened through your muscles. So it's all muscle. And so the fact that these people went on these diets and lost muscle mass, and they were training, don't forget, they weren't just going on a vegan diet and doing nothing. They were on a vegan diet. They were on a workout regimen with these trainers, these professional trainers. One of these guys is a bodybuilder, so like he's very famous. Like, they're professional trainers, and these people lost muscle mass. I was like, no. That's not it. You need to gain muscle mass. It's all about the muscle. But they don't talk about that. Yeah.
Sounds like they missed some segments in this to make their point valid.
They didn't go over.
You should email them, bro. Type up a little.
Bro, I'm so frustrated. I can't wait for this podcast. I can't wait for this review on the pod, because me and Yandra are gonna just dissect it, bro. Because I got deep notes, bro. Like, I took notes, because some of the stuff they're saying, a lot of it wasn't necessarily false information, but it's misinterpreted information. Like, they did DEXA scans. DEXA scans, when you sit on this table, they do an x-ray and they measure everything. But the only thing they measured was like 1 or 2 metrics that they talked about. What about their bone density? I want to know about their bone density. Because especially one of the other key factors to longevity is your bones. How healthy and strong your bones are. Because we know when you're a kid, you fall, you break your arm, you'll be good in a few weeks. When you're 60 and you fall and break something, that's a death sentence. I think I was listening to one doctor give a talk, and he was saying that for people the age is over, I believe 60 and older, if you fall and break a bone, you're 60%, I believe it was the hip specifically, or hip or leg, something like that. If you fall and break your hip or a leg or a bone, your chances of dying within the next year or 2 increase by 60%. Because when you hit if you're not active, you're not healthy, especially in women, it hits women harder postmenopausal, osteoporosis. When you hit a certain age, your bones really start to deteriorate. If you're not staying active or whatever. But if you work out and you keep that bone density by muscle mass, training, eating right, you can literally keep your bones from deteriorating. So when you fall, you can even prevent you even breaking anything because you have strong bones. But they don't talk, bro. But they don't go over.
Got you triggered,
bro. They don't go over. They go over a couple important factors, but they don't go over like the main factors. Muscle mass. They go over muscle mass, but it's muscle mass, visceral fat. Those are the 2 things they go over. That's it. They don't talk about bone density. They don't talk about their creatine levels. Like, I get my blood work done every year, and I want to know my creatine levels, because that's how you know if your kidneys are functioning properly, and if you don't intake So you can get creatine through your diet. So the reason why people supplement creatine is to have that excess creatine. Your body produces just enough creatine for you to survive. I believe your body produces 2 grams of creatine through, and between producing it through your diet, you get about 2 grams of protein, creatine. That's enough for your body to live. That's what you need. People will supplement their creatine to have excess creatine to create the energy that they need, because creatine just turns ADP into ATP, which is the energy source. So you're able to have that energy source so you can work out, right? That's why people supplement creatine, because you don't produce enough excess creatine to be used for energy production. You have enough to be used for just simple muscle function as well as kidney function, right? But if you don't eat red meat or you cut out meat altogether, you're probably going to be deficient in creatine. You're probably going to be deficient in iron and zinc and magnesium and of these other minerals and vitamins that you need to function properly. You're probably going to be deficient in that. They don't go over any of that.
I personally take zinc and magnesium just for that extra boost, even though I do eat a lot of red meats, chicken and everything, but a little pick me up and they ain't never hurt nobody.
Yeah, they don't go over any of that at all. Like, I just wish they went over the pros of both and the cons of both. But
And then let people decide then, instead of having an
and just
agenda
let
of
the
just
results,
trying to.
right? Just let the results be the results. But that's just media, and it just irks me because I've spent, not my whole life, but I spent my entire adult life educating people on health. Why it's important to get your right amount of protein, and it's easiest by doing meat, because you can get you a chicken breast that's 5 ounces, 25 grams of protein, maybe 200 and something calories, nothing crazy. No, very low fat, depending on the cut. Low fat, no carbs. It's healthy. And then in the document they overcomplicate everything. If you want to be healthy, you just need to not overeat. That's it. That's it. You just need to burn more calories than you consume. If you burn more calories than you consume, you won't get fat. Regardless of what you eat, you won't get fat if you burn more calories than you eat. It's that simple. They overcomplicate things. It's literally that simple. And it's all about moderation, a balanced diet. I'm not saying only eat meat, but don't overeat meat. Like, don't go crazy and overeat meat. But also, have a little chicken breast, some rice, broccoli, some strawberries, banana,
Mix it up.
Mix it up, bro. I'm here sweating, bro.
He got you tight.
Bro. That shit frustrated me so bad, bro.
I bet he's sitting up here just like, I can't believe they actually let this bullshit ride.
Bro, I was upset, bro.
I know as soon as you started talking and it said something about the meat industry, I was like, oh shit, he about to go on a rant. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Fuck it.
I already knew. All right. I got a question for you, Calvin. This is another pick two like we did from last week.
Do you got hypotheticals this week, or what did you got?
I can find some hypotheticals. I got to pick two though, like we did last. Okay. So you can only pick two. You get a new house paid off, $7,500 a month. That equates to $90,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
800 credit score, $200,000 salary. That equates to $16,666 a month. Retire right now, or $300,000 cash, one-time payment.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the 800 credit score because that just opens up doors to a lot of stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm big, bro. I'm big, bro. I'm big,
out.
Bro. I went down a rabbit hole, dude, about credit scores and everything. Bro, it opens up so many doors if you want to start your own business, your credit line and everything. You have an 800 credit score, bro. You will not be denied anything. Like anything, bro. So yeah, I'm taking the 800 credit score. Now this is the hard part. You said 200. So you said the 200,000. Do I get that? It's salary, so I get that year. So it's continuously year after year and everything. I just don't get a one. I just don't get the 200,000 for just a year, and then the
No,
next year I don't get it.
your job is paying you 200,000.
And then you said 300,000 in one-time payment.
Yeah.
And then you said a house, right?
New house paid off.
Fuck.
I'm telling you, bro, you're screwing up your choices with that 800 credit score.
Why? Why you say that?
All right, here let me break it down. Here's how I did.
Break it down for me, bro. Because I'm big on credit scores and shit.
I am too, but if you're making 16,000 a month, what do you need a credit score for?
You right. But I'm saying, what happened if I want to use that 200,000 or whatever and start my own business?
You can start a bit. Are you going to overspend $16,000 a month?
Depend on the business.
Well, here's my thing. If you're making, like, if you started making 16,000 a month, like tomorrow, your credit, you're gonna build a good credit, because you won't, whatever debt you'll have it paid off, and then you can just run whatever.
When you put it like that, then yes, I'm obviously gonna go with something different, but I'm not thinking that. I'm just thinking, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying. Here's the thing, though. Credit score, the lower you are, so like the lower you are on the economic totem pole, the more important credit score is, right? So if you're making enough money to where you don't need debt to do the things you do, credit score is irrelevant. Credit score is only when you need to borrow money from somebody. And if, let's say, you have a credit score that's not that good, but you have $1 million in the bank, you can get a loan for $1 million if you have $1 million in the bank, probably damn near regardless of your credit score. As long as it's not shit terrible. But if you have $1 million in the bank and you go to in your bank account, like you're checking, you go to a bank, say, I need a loan for $1 million. And they look, see you have $1 million in your checking, you're guaranteed that loan. Right? Now, don't get me wrong, credit scores are important. But I'm choosing, I'm probably choosing new house paid off. Now, so you can pick any house wherever you want it. You get a new house, it's fully paid for. You don't have to pay nothing. The keys are yours. I'm doing that because then I don't have a mortgage, and I got a house. How I have it set up, I have a house, and I'm going to go with $7,500 a month. Here's why. Because here's how I interpreted this question. The 200K, because I was thinking about the 200K salary, because that's 16,000 a month, right? 16,000.666. But that's salary. So I'm assuming my job is paying me 200,000 a month or 200,000 a year. My job's paying me that. The 7,500 a month just says 7,500 a month. So the way I interpret it is I'm getting 7,500 a month as a deposit, direct deposit from not my job, from the deal. I'm getting that regardless of my job. So my thought is I'm going to new house because I'm still going to work. So let's say I get a new job at work, and whatever I'm making at my job, I'm getting that. And then at the first of every month, I'm also getting.
So you're saying that passive income, basically.
It's the I'm interpreting that the $7,500 a month is passive income. The okay. $2,000 salary is not passive. That's your job paying you. So I'm willing to still work and make whatever I'm making at my job, and then getting the $7,500 as my passive.
When you put it like that, that makes me want to get the 200,000 and then get the passive 75.
That's what I was doing. That's what I was thinking at first. Because then I did the math, and if you do the $2,000 salary plus the passive, it equates to $24,100 a month is what you'd be bringing in, because that's $290,000 a year. Mm-hmm. Right, based off of that. That's what I was thinking. But then I was like, if I could pick any house I want and have it completely paid off, because I'm not going like a $300,000 house. No. I'm going to find like a $20-30 million house in Nashville. That's the one I want, and just get the keys completely paid off. Mm-hmm. So then I have an asset that is $30 million that I didn't even pay for. So 100% return on my investment. And then I'm just getting $7,500 a month, with no mortgage. So that's irrelevant. Maybe the upkeep of the house might be one thing, but no mortgage. And then I'm making whatever I'm making at work. So So I was gonna do the two incomes, but then I was like, I think I'd rather have the house, the crazy house, and then just 7,500 pass it with whatever I'm making for work. That's what I chose. The first two out was the credit score and retire now. I don't even, if I get a new house paid off, I don't need a credit score for no mortgage. My car's already paid off, and then I'm making it. I don't need to borrow money at that point. I'm good. So yeah, that's what I chose.
Okay. I dig.
Right. How much more time we got?
I ain't got nowhere to be. It's 8:00.
Okay. I think I might have asked this one before.
Ask it. I'll probably remember.
Would you take $70,000 a week job, but you had to sit in a pitch black room and do nothing for 20 hours a day?
I think you did ask that.
Yeah.
I think you did. Yeah, because Mark said some crazy shit, I think.
Yeah, I said no, because you only get 4 hours of time. Like, you wouldn't even be able to use the money you made from it. You only get 4 hours. It's basically jail. They only get like an hour or so of time outside their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's nowhere to live. This one doesn't even make sense. If you had the chance, would you want to be pain-free for the rest of your life?
I mean, yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna just say I'm not gonna go down a rabbit hole or nothing. I'm just gonna say yes. I'm just gonna say yeah, sure. Like, who wants to be in pain?
Okay. What your first? If I told you that, what would be your first reaction if I told you that you had failed?
I'll be like, fail at what?
I'd be like, mine would probably be, oh well, type shit.
Oh no, what
like
you say?
Oh well, all right, it is what it is. Like, if I was trying to achieve something and then they're like, oh, I'm sorry, but you failed. I'd be like, all right, on to the next. I feel like we're at the age we don't have time to dilly dally in it. We gotta like, all right, I gotta move on to the next shit.
It depends. If it's something I've been working on for years and years and everything, somebody said I failed, I'll be kind of down. But if it's like something like the one-off like situations or whatever, like work or whatever, I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck. Like,
right.
Shit, like
yeah,
it is what it is.
The gravity of it. I mean, even then, if it was something I worked something at my life worked on something for my entire life, even if I failed, there's nothing I can do about it at that point. I still got to move on.
Yeah, it's just like take the L and just make sure it don't happen again.
I'd have 10 seconds of like, damn, fuck, shit. All right, let me figure out the next shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's how I am.
Yeah, we're too grown to spend a week moping about it. It's like, oh, fuck, god damn it. All right, man, I got to figure something else out. Kind of move on. All right. Would you take a medicine that removes your body's need to sleep if it was given to you?
I'll say no.
No, I think I would. If I didn't have to sleep, you know how much more productive I would be? We sleep a third of our life.
Is there any downfall?
No, I assume now it says it removes your body's need to sleep. So it means that once you took this medicine, you didn't need to sleep anymore to survive. That's what I assume that means. No. It takes away the need for your body to sleep. So I assume you still could go to sleep if you wanted to. If you're like bored and you still had like 6 hours before the morning, you could be like, fuck it and go to sleep. But you didn't need to sleep to live anymore.
No, I didn't. No, fuck no.
I'm taking that for sure.
I can't do that. Nah.
You wouldn't get tired anymore?
Bro, like, I think it's just the psychological fact is just like, bro, like, I don't need to sleep. I think it's just that. Huh?
What do you mean?
Bro, hell no. I just couldn't do it.
Like, why are you against it? Because you think you need to sleep? Right, but if you had
I
a
know that. I
superpower,
know what you're saying though, but it's just like, bro, I just know. Just know.
but no, but you're missing my point though. Let's say it's not a mess. Let's say you had a superpower where you didn't need to sleep. Like Superman doesn't need to sleep. The Hulk doesn't need to sleep, right? But so you could still do whatever. You function the same. Now remember, it says it removes your body's need for sleep. That doesn't mean you
So
can
I
never
don't
go to
feel the
sleep.
effects of being sleep and everything,
No,
like
you don't.
being sleepy. Okay,
No,
okay, okay.
no, you don't need sleep. So like you feel like obviously if you go running, you'll be tired, but like you won't get sleepy. And then it's optional because the way I'm interpreting it, it says it removes your body's need for sleep. It doesn't say you can never go to sleep. So what that means is if you want to go to sleep, you can go to sleep. You just don't need to. So if you're like, man, it's noon, it's midnight, I don't gotta be work till 8, I'm gonna sleep till 6. You can just go to sleep. But you don't need to. I'm taking that for sure. I'm on the game all night, every night, bro.
He said he on the sticks. I feel
And then
you.
like if I got something coming, if I got like something I gotta get done coming up, I mean, I'm gonna just, bro, if you had an extra 8 hours, bro, imagine if you had an extra 8 hours in the day. How much shit you can get done. If you had stuff to get done at work, you had an extra 8 hours in the day. Every day, if you wanted to, you got an extra 8 hours. What's 8 times 7? What is that? 42? No.
8 times,
No,
that's like 54, 56.
56. 56, bro. You're an extra 56 hours in the day, in the week. Man, I'd be unstoppable. The only thing that hinders me and what I'm trying to do is fucking needing sleep. So when I'm asleep, I'm out. That's why I don't take naps, bro. If I take a nap in the middle of the day, I am choosing not to do something else because I always have shit I need to be doing. I am sacrificing something if I take a nap in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I'm the same way too. If I take one right after work, bro, I'm up until like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Bro.
And I'm gonna have a shitty next day, bro.
All right. Damn. All right, let's see if I can find maybe a couple more. That's terrible.
So I gotta cook my food.
I know I gotta get home. My goal is to be in the bed by 10 every night because I get up at 5 a.m. now.
Because you be running on track or running at the
Yeah.
I be
Yeah,
seeing your shit.
yeah, but it's only Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I run. So Monday nights, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night, I want to be in the bed by 10. But like, Sunday nights I don't get up. Monday I don't get up till 8. Friday I don't get up till 8. But those 3 nights, I'm trying to be in the bed because man, I need my sleep to get through the day. So if I'm in the bed by 10, I'll probably be asleep by 10:30 because I got my new sleep gum. I got my sleep gummies, finalformsubs.com. I take those when I eat dinner. I take those when I eat dinner. By the time I get in bed, I'm out. I'm out like 15 minutes tops. It's usually 2 or 3. But if I turn the TV, even if I turn the TV on or I'm on my phone before I go to bed, I got 15 minutes tops. I'll fall asleep with phone in hand or I'll fall asleep. There was one night, bro. It was last Thursday night. I do curbside pickup at Walmart. So I'm setting up my cart on the app. And I said I order it Thursday and I pick it up Friday mornings at 8. Bro, I had already taken my gummies, right? So I'm like this in the bed. And so I'm making sure I get my thing right. I'm like this. I'm fighting it, bro. And I'm like making sure I got everything.
He's like,
And then next thing I know, literally, I'm like this. And then I wake up at like 4 in the morning and I looked, I hadn't bought it yet. I was like, oh shit. So I went through, I'm still like half asleep. I like went through, I was like, okay, looks good. I ordered it and I went back to sleep, but I fell asleep right before I could check out. That's how strong that shit hits me, bro.
bro, you would have woke up thinking that like you had your order. You look at your phone,
Bro,
like, I didn't even press the damn button yet. Like,
I'd have been pissed because if I do that, you can't order it. Like there's a certain amount of time they need to get your shit.
and it clears
So,
out.
bro, if that happens, it would completely screw up my Friday because I'm on such a schedule. I pick up my groceries at 8 a.m. every Friday. So if I had to like pick it up later in the day or whatever, it would just completely mess up my. Or I would just probably schedule it for Saturday morning if that happened. Or I get it delivered, but that's an extra like 12 $12, I think, for the delivery.
Yeah,
But
nobody ain't got time for that.
I know. Okay.
Nobody got time for that, dog.
Oh my gosh. Would you want to travel to the future and be present at your own funeral?
No, no, no. I don't want to see that, bro. Hell
No.
no. That's
Yeah,
like
definitely
playing,
not.
bro. No.
I'd actually be curious. I would be curious as to what year it is when I
I
went
would
to
be
do
curious to see who showed the hell up if I had any interest.
that too. But
Hmm.
that in the year. I pull up, you're like in a disguise, you walk somebody, hey, what year is it? They're gonna be like, what year is it? What are you talking
No, bro, I
about?
would pull. No, I would just want to pull up to see who showed up, and be like, "All right, bro, you fake. I thought we were supposed to be homies, bro. I passed away. You didn't even show up, dog."
Okay. Let's see if I'm gonna try to find two more. But this one seems what rule would you impose if you were the world's king or queen?
Ooh, I'm gonna get some controversy for this. I'm big on an eye for an eye. Like, if you do something, like let's say, what's a good example to where I won't get canceled on here?
You talking about like I know like in some countries if you steal, they cut your hand off.
Is that I don't know if I would go. It's kind of like the same thing as like okay, for example, if you're in court or whatever and obviously you take an oath to tell the truth and everything like that. If you are caught lying, bro, you're automatically going to jail. Like I don't care what it is,
Oh
like
yeah.
you're automatically
I'll
going
back
to jail.
that.
And I say this too for people that like falsely rape the allegations and everything like that. People
Yeah,
for child
that's
support
big.
and everything like that. Obviously, no, you know what I'll say? You know, I'll say to be honest, I'll say either be that or if you have a kid, if the male requests a test and everything like that, you have to do it. You have to. It's like by law, you have to just to make sure that that is your kid, or vice
Right.
versa with the woman and everything. Actually, hell no, because the girl most likely knows who the dad is.
Well,
Majority.
not all the time.
I know. I'm saying. Majority of the time, they have an idea of who it could be. That's what I'm gonna say.
I think they should just mandate maternity tests regardless.
Yeah.
While they're at the hospital, whoever the father is that's there, they should just automatically, yeah, this is your child, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, that's
There's
a good
no
one.
court cases, no allegations, no excess money being thrown out and everything just to come through and just say this is your kid and this is not your kid, you know?
Right. For mine, I've talked about this before. Mine would be if you consistently go to the gym at least 3 days a week for uh if you go to the gym, I don't know what percentages, but let's just say for the sake of argument, just to have some hard numbers. If you go to the gym 3 days a week for at least 75% of the year, you get free healthcare. You get free health, free vision,
I'm still listening, by the
free,
way.
free, I don't know about dental, but you get free, just about free healthcare, free, like the eye exam, all of it. You get free healthcare if you go to the gym consistently 3 days a week for at least 75% of the year. I think I would
I
impose that.
agree with that because at least you're trying to be healthy. You're taking the steps to
Exactly.
be healthy.
Exactly. If you're and there obviously would have to be a system in place to people that like you have to actually be going to the gym and working out. Like not just showing up to the gym, scanning your card, just hanging out. Like you're actively going to the gym. I don't know how you can impose this, but just this is just an idea.
I
The
think what you
logistics
could
behind it
do
is
is there
complicated.
should be a threshold of like how many calories you burn or a goal for because I mean, dude,
Well,
you can go to the gym and
that gets
bullshit
into
around,
privacy.
bro.
That gets into privacy issues though, because then you'll have the government tracking your calorie stuff at the gym.
No,
But
but
but yeah, that's the nuances without getting too deep into it. But yeah, if you actively go, because like you said, if you are like somebody like me, I've rarely ever like needed some type of medical attention.
Same.
And like ever since I've been an adult, besides football, it's a little different because I've been concussed and all this and stuff, that and the other. But like since we know football, I haven't used the hospital. I have checkups, blood work to make sure everything's good. But outside of that, if you're, I just think it encouraged people to become more, to be healthier, have healthier lifestyles, and therefore reduce on the obesity problem we're having, and it reduce on the Alzheimer and diabetes problem we're having. The number one killer of, I believe, people is cardiovascular health in America. I mean, it's ridiculous. So yeah, free healthcare for everybody that goes to the gym at least 3 days a week for 70% of the year. Something like that. Maybe 70, 75, whatever, some type of number that makes sense. But yeah, that's what I would do. All right, let's see if I can find one more. Some of these are lame. I got to start making these prior time, but I'll be forgetting. Would you rather steal one? Oh, no, 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 no. What do you? Oh, no. Oh, there was one that I saw. Let me see if I can find it. It was okay. If you were offered billions of dollars, since it says billions, let's just say $5 billion to be locked in a room for 50 minutes with a huge possibility. So it's a 50-50. So you're offered $5 billion to sit in a room for 50 minutes. After the 50 minutes, there's a 50-50 chance that 50 days have passed or 50 years have passed in the future. Would you do it?
Hold on, say that again. You said
So if you were offered $5 billion to sit in a dark room for 50 minutes, after the 50 minutes, when you left, there's a 50-50 shot that either 50 days have passed or 50 years have passed. Would you do it?
probably.
50 years is tough, but
50
$5 billion.
the 50 days, that's reasonable. It's just the 50 years. I'm just like, I might walk out and it's a whole different world. The world might not even be here. So you might walk out and you might be the only human being on earth.
No, bro, we'll be here in 50 years.
You don't know that.
We'll be here. I'm gonna still be here.
I hope I am.
I don't know, bro. 50 years is crazy.
50 years is crazy because like you walk out and it's just, bro, like your phone and everything will probably be the size of your wallet or some
Your
shit.
your your current phone that you have probably wouldn't even work anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't think I would do it. It's too risky because even though at 50 years you'd still be the same age you are now, you would only be 50 minutes older. But 50 years would have passed. So like trying to get acclimated back to life after that, I think that'd be too. I mean, you have $5 billion, so it probably wouldn't be that hard. But yeah, I feel like you just and then everybody that's in like everybody that's our age is old as shit. Like it would have been like a fast track through like 50 years in prison. When you come out, you're like, whoa, what's going on? Like, I don't know about any of this technology. You don't know how anything works. You got to make new friends. But like the friends you make, you're going to look like you're still 30, but you're really 80. And then you'd have to date somebody 50 years younger than you. Cause to you, you're 30 physically, but like your driver license is going to say you're 80. Then you got to like, that life. Yeah, probably not. That 5 billion would be crazy, but probably not. No, I can't do it. It's that
Damn.
50 years, bro. I might do it if it was like 5 years.
Oh, 5 years, I'm for sure doing it. It's just that 50 years where I'm kind of like,
5 years not too bad, but
that's why I'm like 75%, 25, not doing it. So
that all we got for the peoples?
I believe so, my guy, because I gotta eat, I gotta clean a little bit, and I gotta get in the bed because I gotta get up early.
Same.
So
I gotta be in the bed about an hour and a half. I still gotta go home and cook.
I'm gonna try
All
to
right.
go get a workout in the morning. So wish me luck on that.
I'll text you when I wake up.
What time do you get up though? Like, what time do you like get up in the morning to go do it?
5 a.m.
See, I'm trying to be at the gym at 5.
Well, I'll just text you, make sure you up.
I may respond, I may not. We're gonna see this alarm clock go off at the correct time.
Bro, I got an alarm on both my phones, so I got
Hey,
no choice but to wake up.
hey, this might be a user error if I don't set it.
Hey, set it for PM instead of AM. Like,
Bro,
fuck.
I've actually done that before, dude. I'm sitting up in the office, my phone going off. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, I done put PM instead of AM, dog.
Yeah, that's how it be.
Be like, shit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, GoT615. Catch you guys next week. Deuces.
I'm gonna chase my